Isn't it tragically interesting whenever we get into a fight with, mistreat, or ignore nature, we lose. And we never seem to learn our lesson. But if we look to nature for the answers, instead of fighting, if we use nature's attributes and her natural common sense, we could solve a lot of our most critical, frustrating problems. For instance, the automobile, something we see every day and night. If you'd never seen an automobile before, but knew what it had to and what it might be able to do, you'd want to design it so that it would be in harmony with, not fight against, nature. You'd want it designed for safety, in a container, like the one that has served nature's living things for millions of years. You'd want it designed for convenience, and of course, comfort, because your car would be driven and enjoyed by people who want driving enjoyment. Common sense, right? Now, it's only natural that your exterior design be complemented by a sensible interior structure. Take the known strength of an equilateral triangle. Develop a tricycle system to supply the power and carry most of the weight. Give it a low center of gravity and adapt it to our triangle. Then follow with a fourth wheel up front. And with a final look-see at what we've done with nature's help, we put the whole package together. And what do we have? A revolutionary design. A design that is not only sensible, but works. Yes, this is the Yare, spelled Y-A-R-E. And that should give you an idea of just how untraditional a vehicle can be. Yes, we said vehicle. A totally new concept in personal transportation. Not really a car at all. Definitely an outstanding example of electric transportation. Distinguished by its own unique shape and design. Just as nature delegates angles to static things, she also delegates curves to moving things. And so the Yare moves with efficiency and safety. The Yare, its concept, development, and subsequent transformation from blueprint to model to working reality is another success story in the creative career of Dr. H.D. Kesling, who has also built an outstanding career as inventor of orthodontic appliances. Since 1952, when the idea for the Yare was born, creating a safer, more economical vehicle for family in-town driving has been Dr. Kesling's primary goal.
This was made in 1952, and at that time, the popular car was more or less this shape, except it was box shape, and I made it pointed both front and rear. But when we got around to building the Yare, we realized that there were advantages of curves in other directions, so it was shaped more than this original idea. Because it would strike something, it'd have a chance to ricochet off, whether it be a pedestrian or whether another car or tree or post or what.
No doubt about it. The Yare was built for people, for comfort, convenience and safety. Electric transportation at its best. But it was also built and designed with a new engineering concept in mind, utilizing a tricycle system. Let's take a closer look. 3-point contact with the ground represents stability. Low center of gravity, with most of the weight centered over the drive wheels. Finally, clean, inexpensive, environmentally correct electric power. Now you add a 4th wheel up front. That gives the Yare a wheelbase of approximately 144 inches, nearly the same as a luxury 7-passenger car. A wheelbase that long means a comfortable ride. Now couple the front wheel to the rear wheel, and this way they both become part of the steering function. The Yare then becomes a 4-wheeler with a neat twist. The front and back wheels steer, and the 2 side wheels become power wheels. The back wheels form the Yare's unique tricycle-like wheel system, which, by the way, is detachable. You know, a while back, we were talking about tradition. And traditionally, electric cars have always been built and designed around the power plant. They go to a lot of engineering gymnastics to locate the batteries. And then, if there's any room left over, you can add people. Once again, the Yare breaks the rules. Its first priority is people. And people should be comfortable when they drive. Not only physically, but mentally. That's why the driver's seat is in the middle, giving unobstructed vision from all angles, left, right, forward, and rear. Two adult passengers can be seated with plenty of legroom. 2 small seats on either side are ideal for small children or packages. See those windows? They're molded of tough space-age Lexan. And the gull-wing doors give real meaning to easy access. No matter where you're parked, you know you're not going to have a hassle trying to get in or out of the Yare. Revolutionary design does it, but so does common sense. And that goes for the smooth, contoured exterior, too. Note, no protrusions. Sides are smooth. No bumpers to scrape or snag. No exposed head and tail lights. No ornamental molding. Not even a door handle. Speaking of doors, the gull-wing design is not there for show. Doors actually take up less space than conventional designs. And by opening up instead of out, there's less risk of nicking and scraping. And just like nature's egg, the Yare protects what's inside. Specifically, we're looking at a tough body designed to protect, made of laminated and reinforced fiberglass. Dr. Kesling is firm in his belief that in a high percentage of collisions, the Yare, because of its smooth, curved design, would be diverted from its obstacle. A diversion which would minimize possibility of injury or damage. The power plant of the Yare is the key. Batteries, 12 of them, 6 on each side of the electric motor. A simple, compact package, separate from the passenger compartment. You can reach each battery easily through the rear access windows for routine maintenance. Think about this for saving money. Your own power generated through an economical wind generator instead of using power exclusively from a public utility. Charge it overnight, and you can expect to produce enough power to travel 50 to 60 miles before the next hookup. Since 85% of personal vehicle trips are under 15 miles, this means the Yare exceeds most commuter requirements. If major service is needed on the power plant or controls, the hull can be elevated. Then the tricycle unit is removed, fully exposing the power plant. Such a simple concept, flexible too. This unit will accept any new developments and improvements in motors, different forms of suspension, and of course batteries. As advances are made in battery design, bringing in smaller, more powerful units, they can be easily incorporated into this system. The extra room gained will add that much more space to the passenger compartment. And it won't change proportions of the Yare one bit. Even enlarging or reducing the Yare overall will still give you the same aerodynamic principles without changing the shape. Again, common sense. A total design which requires minimal service because there are so few moving parts. No clutch, no transmission, no universal joints, pistons, valves, you name it. And that means fewer trips to guess where. Yes, there is a need for the Yare in America. Today's driving population is looking for new transportation. Transportation which is efficient, economical, from a vehicle that is simple to operate and fun to be in. An ideal second car. The Yare for in-town and around-town driving. The Yare, in its basic natural design, is no-frills transportation. A common-sense answer to our country's quest for a healthier driving environment. It is ready to break tradition without breaking our pocketbooks or our environment. The Yare is wrapped in nature's perfect package design, ready to serve, ready to save, ready to go, and within our reach now.